right, hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, it's the brothers back again, doing another Godspeed lesson to, feed the elect to the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemiah Shai. All right, we want to give all praise and glory and honors to Yahweh by Shemiah Shai, by Shem Rakah Kodash. And as always, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Okay? This is the end. All right, we're at the end. Okay? We've been prophesying here at Great Millstone for over a decade, starting with the apostles and the elders, and all kinds of things are happening in the earth that is further proven that the words of Yahweh Bashmiah Shai in the scriptures, with the word ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ, they're coming to pass. Okay? Yahweh Shai talked about those things. He said not one word, not one jot nor tittle shall basically everything shall be fulfilled. Okay? Everything that the Lord said is going to be fulfilled. Okay? So that's what we're in the time of. We're in the time of these words being fulfilled, which is the words of prophecy being the end of this society. We're at the end now. And the truth is coming out. Right? What was that that quote earlier you mentioned from the apostle?
In the time of great deceit, telling the truth is considered a revolutionary act.
Right, right. In the time of great deceit, telling the truth is a very, very revolutionary act, meaning revolutionary, going back to revolution or revolve, meaning to turn around. So we're in the time of this world turning around, changing things around, okay? Because what we've been taught in this society for so long by the so-called white man, these education systems, is that the world that we know with the white man being on top, white supremacy has always been, and that's not true. Because once the truth comes out, it's actually the exact opposite. The so-called black man and the other dark nations have been in power. This white man is a recent creature to rule the earth. Okay, starting with the Greek and Roman Empire, and then re-emerging within the last 400 or 500 years. Okay. So his whole way of thinking, his ideologies and philosophies is a new thing in the earth, but it also spells the end of this world in the earth, the end of his world. Okay? So Baba Kashai, we're going to go into the scriptures in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, and start at verse 8. Okay?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 8. It says, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau."
Right, and we all know the history going back to Genesis 25th chapter of when Esau and Jacob was born. Okay, go ahead.
"For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth."
Right, so the meaning behind Jacob holding the heel of Esau from their birth means that Esau, although he came out first, he's in rulership now. Esau's ruling first. He's the so-called white race. But Jacob pulling him down spells his end. Okay? All right? So Esau is the end of the world. Like the brother just read, what was that, verse 9?
Yeah, that was verse 9.
Right? In verse 9 it says, "And Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it." So we're waiting for the end of this world. And like I said in the title of the lesson, this is the end now. We're in the end now. The fact that the so-called white man's been ruling for all this time, okay, shows that Esau's in power. So who's going to have to bring him down? Who's holding the heel? It's like somebody running. Like if you play football and you chasing after the receiver or the running back or the fullback, the defender's supposed to what? Clip him or stop him. And a good way to stop somebody is to take their heel. Matter of fact, that's what a cheetah does, or a lion does to a gazelle or an antelope. They try to clip him at the heels and trip him up. Well, that's what we're getting ready to do to Esau. He's thinking this new world order is getting ready to come to fruition and be manifested in the earth and rule over all the different races and natures of people. And control everybody. But here comes Jacob, little old us, on the street corners prophesying through the spirit and power of the Lord, clipping them at his heel, pulling them down. So that's what we're in the time of, okay? The end of Esau, okay? So go ahead, I'll keep on reading.
Verse 10. The hand of a man is betwixt the heel and the hand.
Bible, shall I read again?
The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand.
Right, so we're in the time period we're in between the heel ruling and the hand pulling them down. That's the time we're in now. So we're at the point where Jacob's getting ready to pull Esau back down from his power seat. But prophecies have to take place, okay? Certain things in the earth must manifest themselves globally, okay? Go ahead, Doc.
Other question, Esdras, asked thou not? Verse 11. I asked then and said, O Yahweh, that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showest me part of last night.
Right, so Ezra the prophet was asking for the signs and what they mean. Okay, go ahead.
So he answered and said unto me, stand up upon thy feet and hear a mighty sounding voice, and it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved, and thereof when it speaketh, be not afraid, for the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood.
That's right. All right, so Ezra was getting the vision back then, all right, which he understood to a point, but we understand it all now in these days. And the word is of the end. So what are we giving you? We're giving you the word of the end. We're telling you the end of this society, okay? So don't fear it, like the angel said. Don't fear it, but the Spirit is going to let you know. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 16. And why? Because the speech of these things tremble and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed.
Right, and we know that the end of these things must be changed. What is that? That's your revolution. That's what the brother just mentioned earlier. Okay? In the time of great deceit, declaring the truth shall be a revolutionary act. Okay? So we're changing things. Okay? Best believe we're changing the world right now. Okay? The men of the Lord, the prophets. Okay? The brothers of great millstone. Because while other groups are trying to unify in deceit and lies and confusion, we're unifying in one doctrine, one truth, one Lord, one Savior, okay, one hope, one faith. And the fact that we're in the time of the end, and as you're seeing these storms brewing up in New Orleans and earthquakes and things around the world, okay, in America and around the earth, okay, the end must be spoken through the word. The word of the end is being spoken now, and it must be manifest. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
And it happened that when I heard it, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
And that's the time we're living in now. We're in the time when the Heavenly Father, okay, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Spirit of His Son, is getting ready to visit the earth, man. This is why these storms and this rain is taking place. The Heavenly Father is visiting the earth. But Americans and these people are living their lives, drinking their beer, going to their barbecues, going to the clubs, twerking and working, okay? Like Yahweh Shai said, is in the days of Noah. Nevertheless, the Lord said these are the years when He shall begin to draw nigh to them that dwell on the earth. Okay? So He's drawing near now. He's speaking. Okay? He's visiting, He's doing things. Okay? He's making a motion in the ocean. Okay? And the sea of people. Okay? Bringing things to pass. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness.
Meaning He's getting ready to judge Esau. What did we read earlier? That Esau was the end of the world. So the Lord is seeking out the deeds of the wicked, and he's getting ready to make a final judgment and sentence them to their final fate. Okay, go ahead.
And the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
And the affliction of Zion. Who's Zion? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're the Israelites. Okay? And all these historical researchers and scientists, archaeologists, and anthropologists, sociologists, they all know who we are because that's their field of study. They study the people. Okay? So they know who we are. So the affliction of Zion, us oppressed people here in America and around the world, us tribes, guess what? It's fulfilled now. So the Lord is searching out the wickedness, all right, and through inquisition of them that hurt his people, which are you so-called white people. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 20, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens.
All right, and we're seeing this world now that is vanishing away. So now what is the Lord doing? The Lord is showing us the signs and tokens. This is why you got a Hurricane Barry, right? And I'm gonna keep mentioning it because that's a spirit striking New Orleans, Louisiana right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you got 4,000 plus earthquakes hitting California right now. All right? This is why Yellowstone National Park here in America is very volatile with volcanic activity right now. Okay? Because this is the Lord doing his work, okay? His perfect work. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, the book shall be opened before the firmament.
Literally. Because this video is going to go to the firmament, through the satellites.
Right.
And this is going to be beamed down to your YouTube pages so you can watch it at home on your computer or your smartphone. And guess what? The brother got the book open. So these tokens are being shown literally as the brother speak. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
And they shall all see, and they shall see all together.
And everybody can see that these things are coming to pass because we're breaking them down to you. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices.
Right, and this is going into the generations of this time now. Okay? There's so many videos of Israelite babies being born at 1-2 years old can speak, read, and talk. You've seen it on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Okay? Speaking. Go ahead.
It says, the women with child shall bring forth untimely children.
Right, you're having premature births, you know, 4 to 6, 7, 8 months before the actual 9-month period. That's happening. It's preemie babies is a well-known thing here in America. Okay? Amongst these different hospitals. Go ahead.
It says,
that didn't happen 2,000 years ago. Go ahead.
It says, of 3 and 4 months old, they shall live and be raised up.
They shall live and be raised up. Okay? I can say by personal testimony that this prophecy came to pass. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid.
That's right, and that trumpet is being spoken now through the prophets. Everybody's starting to be afraid now. People in these disaster zones are scared. Okay? Nevertheless, these things are only the beginnings of the sorrows, yet it does spell the end of Esau's work. This is the end now. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one another like enemies.
Right, and we was talking about that earlier at the camp. Okay, about how you got different people with different philosophies, brothers, neighbors, because of their ideologies, they're fighting one another. You know? Whether it be Democrat, Republican, whether it be one corporate American white person versus a white collar, lower tax-paying so-called white person here in America, or black, or whatever, you know. Okay, these things are happening, and around the world. Okay,
Even China and America.
Right, even China and America. Hey. The 1% versus the 99%. Okay, go ahead.
It says, verse. It says, the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours shall they not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world.
That's right. So whoever remaineth, after seeing these things in the earth, the storms, the destructions, people fighting one another, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, those elect are going to see the salvation and the rejuvenated land of Israel in the Middle East, okay? Being the first fruits, okay? Meaning the first delivered, the firstborn, the first crop of honorable men, women, and children to govern the new world to come, which is why we read earlier, Isaiah 69, about Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. But first, Esau's war has to come to an end. And this is how it's coming to an end. People fighting one another, disrespect for children against their parents, children having untimely births, things like that. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 26. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth.
Right. Now some people, some brothers, some elect men of the nation of Israel are not going to taste of death. Okay? All right? I wouldn't be surprised if it was the majority of the brothers won't taste death. You're going to have your martyrs, but you're also going to have them, the elect men out there that's not going to taste death. And we're going to see the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to come. While this earth is falling, while this world, this society that we're living in, the 9-to-5 society is falling around us. Okay? Go ahead, Ak.
And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed.
And the heart, that's a revolution. And the heart, meaning the mind state and the spirit of these people, is going to change. Once Israel's back in power, once these 12 tribes are back in power, the black Spaniards and Native Americans are back in their governing powers, the Israelites, okay? Everything's going to change, okay? Everything is going to be rearranged in the right order. And that's what we're hoping for. A new heaven and a new earth where we rule in righteousness, okay? Because we're the ones that's going to dwell in righteousness, all right, in rulership. Go ahead, bro.
And turn into another meaning. For
everything's going to be turned to another meaning, another spirit. Go ahead.
For evil shall be put out.
For evil shall be put out. Lies, deception. Okay, go ahead.
And deceit shall be quenched.
And deceit shall be quenched, meaning no more propaganda and pushing of Esau's agenda for his new world order, corrupting the people with homosexuality, rebelling against parents, women over men, and so forth and so on. Okay? That's going to be put out of the earth. All right? Go ahead, Doc.
As for faith, it shall flourish.
That's right. And you on verse 28?
Yeah.
Okay, come. And we'll end it after that. Go ahead, brother.
Corruption shall be overcome.
Faith shall flourish. Okay? What's the faith? The faith that the Israelites have awoken to their true nationality. Being the Israelites. Okay? The truth. Our people are going to believe in the truth again. Through the Holy Spirit. Okay? And corruption shall be what? Overcome? Corruption. This society being corrupt and not being fair to the poor, the needy, and the widow. Alright? That's going to be overcome. Okay? Everybody marches and speaks on we shall overcome and no justice, no peace. Well, guess what? Through the works that we're doing by doing these videos and just uploading them to the internet, that's what's changing the world right now. And that's what's going to bring that peace, bring that change, bring that overcoming. Okay? So it's imperative that you black Spaniards and Native Americans take heed to this gospel, because this what? This is the good news. That's what. Okay? I better say, what are y'all talking about? We're talking about the good news. Okay? Go ahead, Art.
It says, and the truth which has been so long without fruit.
And the truth which has been so long without anybody talking on it. Everybody's been living their lives as a lie. Okay? But the truth that has been so long without fruit, without people benefiting off of it, gaining benefits, okay? The truth of the scriptures, go ahead.
Shall be declared.
It shall be declared. And we're declaring to you the truth. Okay? This is the truth, man. The white man is the devil, the deceiver, the liar, but his world's coming to an end. He's known as Esau or Edom in the scriptures, and the so-called blasphemers and Native Americans are the Israelites, the true Jews, the real people of God, the real people of the Lord, and we're going to rule in the kingdom to come. Okay? Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's 28.
Right. So guess what? The truth is being declared now. Faith is flourishing, and this world is coming to an end. Everything that you're seeing around you is leading up into the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, the destruction of the so-called white man as a ruling race in the earth, okay? And the oppressors, the naysayers, the gainsayers dying the death of the wicked, okay? But the Lord will have mercy upon Jacob. Matter of fact, read me Isaiah 14:1. This is the but, okay? All right? This is the but right here.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. We read about Jacob being the beginning of the world that is going to follow, the end of this world. Go ahead.
And will yet choose Israel.
And the Lord will yet choose Israel. Not all nations, not every Gentile, okay? But all Israel, which are chosen to be. Because not all Israel is going to make it. But eventually they will make it. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and set them in their own land.
We're going to get the land of Israel that the white man is in now, that he doesn't belong in. Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And those Israelites that are part of Israel that may look like the Gentile nations, they are going to join along with us and the other tribes. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So we're going to take you white people, you Spaniards, you Europeans, okay? You Africans, you Chinese, Japanese, we're going to take you captive because we were in the captivity under you. Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And we're going to rule over our oppressors. And that's the world that comes after this world falls. Okay? So we're at the end now. Okay? We're at the end. Alright? But with that, okay, we want to give all praises going on the street. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Yahweh, the honesty of the apostles and the orders of the great millstone. Peace, blessings to the elect.